In a move that has ignited fierce debate across the nation, President Donald J. Trump signed an executive order on February 28, 2025, officially declaring English as the language of the United States. This unprecedented action marks the first time in the country's 249-year history that a national language has been formally established. The executive order has been met with a mixture of applause and condemnation, reflecting the deep divisions that exist within American society regarding issues of language, culture, and national identity. Supporters of the order, many of whom align with President Trump's America First ideology, argue that it is a necessary step in promoting national unity and assimilating immigrants into the American mainstream. They contend that a shared language is essential for effective communication, civic engagement, and the smooth functioning of government. Opponents, however, view the order as a thinly veiled attempt to marginalize non-English speakers, particularly Hispanic immigrants, who constitute a growing segment of the American population. They fear that the order will create barriers to essential services, exacerbate existing inequalities, and erode the rich cultural tapestry that has long defined the United States. The United States, founded as a nation of immigrants, has always been a multilingual society. From the indigenous languages spoken by Native Americans to the tongues brought over by European colonists, the linguistic landscape of the country has been shaped by waves of immigration throughout its history. The late 19th and early 20th centuries witnessed a massive influx of immigrants from Southern and Eastern Europe, leading to the establishment of vibrant ethnic enclaves in major cities across the country. These communities often maintained their native languages and customs, creating a mosaic of cultures that coexisted, sometimes uneasily, within the broader American fabric. The issue of language has long been a source of both anxiety and pride for Americans. While many have celebrated the country's linguistic diversity as a testament to its openness and dynamism, others have viewed it as a threat to national cohesion. This tension is reflected in the long and contentious history of language policy in the United States. Despite numerous attempts, both at the federal and state levels, to promote English as the official language, the country has never before had a national language law. This is in stark contrast to many other countries around the world, including Canada, France, and China, which have all designated official languages. The executive order's impact on the provision of government services remains a subject of intense speculation and concern. While the order does not explicitly mandate the elimination of multilingual services, it encourages federal agencies to prioritize English in their interactions with the public. This shift in policy has raised concerns among advocates for non-English speakers, who fear that it will lead to a reduction in language access services, such as translation, interpretation, and multilingual customer support. The potential consequences of reduced language access are particularly worrisome in sectors such as healthcare, education, and the legal system, where effective communication is essential for ensuring access to vital services and protecting individual rights. For example, limited English proficiency has been linked to poorer health outcomes, including higher rates of medical errors and lower patient satisfaction. In the realm of education, language barriers can hinder students' academic performance and limit their access to educational opportunities. Similarly, in the legal system, the lack of adequate language assistance can undermine due process and create an uneven playing field for non-English speakers. President Trump's decision to sign the executive order making English the official language of the United States is the latest in a series of actions that reflect his broader political agenda. Since taking office for his second term in 2025, Trump has made a concerted effort to reshape American identity and culture, often in ways that appeal to his base of supporters who share his vision of a more homogeneous and traditional America. This has included controversial moves such as renaming geographical features to erase the legacy of figures deemed insufficiently patriotic and promoting policies aimed at restricting immigration, particularly from Latin American countries. The executive order on language can be seen as part of this larger project of cultural engineering. By elevating English to the status of official language, Trump is sending a clear message about who belongs in America and what values are considered paramount. The order is likely to further inflame tensions over immigration, multiculturalism, and the very definition of what it means to be American in the 21st century. Its long-term impact on the country's social and political fabric remains to be seen, but it is certain to be a subject of debate and contention for years to come.